So this is the entrance to the cemetery. There seems to be a gate. I've been here before actually, and it was so muddy, but it's quite dry today. So they say in the midst of life there's death. That's a really nice design, isn't it? So the thing about death is, like, it's something that comes to all, doesn't it? We all die, so the best thing is to enjoy yourself. Now, there's a house there. You could get up every morning and think, look out the window and see the cemetery. But the thing about the cemetery, if you had a house either in a cemetery or on the outskirts, outside of the cemetery, they don't make a lot of noise, do they? So, you want to be frightened of the living, not the dead. The dead are going to do you no harm. It's just that the living can be a shower of cunts at times. So there, Jonathan, their son, died in West, 13th of February, Westport, 73, so, and 80, so I'm still have got a few years left, you know, so that's the thing, innit? Enjoy yourself, it's later than you think. Enjoy yourself, your mind is on the blink. There's a blackbird. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these broken wings and learn to fly. All your life you've been waiting for this moment to arise. Blackbird fly into the fucking sky. Oh God. Even John Lennon didn't remember the words at the time. So, we've still got this fucking pandemic going on. You know, this flu. You know, to keep 2 meters apart, and you can't go to the pub, you can't socialise. So it's about time we burnt the masks. Now the thing about it is, if you've been vaccinated, you've had your 2 vaccinated, you're old, you're vulnerable, that's fine. And you want to wear a mask, carry on. But don't make everybody do what you want. What I'm saying is, if you've got, you know, if you're ill, you likely, you know, you have some symptoms. Doctor says you've got bronchitis, emphysema, get the fucking virus, because if you do even get a cold, it could kill you. So the thing about it is, there's a dog down there. Is that a dog or is that my eyes? That could be my eyes. No, it's some sort of animal. That's really weird. It could be a fox, couldn't it? So that's very odd, isn't it? In the cemetery, that animal's completely still. So, could be a dog now. See if we can zoom in a bit. Seems completely still anyway. It's a little dark to see anything. I'd say that was a dog. It's really weird, that. So it comes running at me, I might get a fucking, if you want to hit this thing. It's really weird, that. It's like a statue. It's not, it could be a cat. Or a small dog, but I think it's a cat. Yeah, it could be a black cat. Yeah, it's a black cat. So that, have you ever heard that saying that if a black cat crosses your path, it's lucky. So there it is. The cemetery. It's really weird that from a distance I could see something, and it turned out to be a cat, and it's black and it's perfectly still. So quite often you see cats in the cemetery, people feed them, you know. So it seems to have gone anyway. Thomas Smith died the 23rd of May 1988, age 63. Joseph F. Taylor, 1917 to 1986, dear husband of Mary, 1920 to 1997, reunited. Well, someone cares there, there's some flowers there, and in loving memory, Lee Green, 1990. So I think that at the moment a lot of people get I was going to say crucified, that's the wrong word, cremated, isn't it? So that's my thoughts on the virus. You know, it's about time, if you feel good about it and you feel you want to get on with your life, burn the mask. Eventually we need to take these people who run the country, and like they did with Mussolini, they hung him from a lamppost. So maybe that's what we need to do with BJ. Definitely someone needs a fucking BJ. So that's what we need to do, sort these people out, you know. I mean, they're having sex with each other and doing it on camera. Don't you think it's a little bit odd? You know, if you're going to have sex, would you do it on camera knowing there's a camera in the room? Or would you kiss someone when you post the social distance? Hancock, was it? Fucking big cock. So there it is. Look at that's weird, that. A little, it's not real. It's made of plastic. It was just sitting there. And that's the grave. That's really difficult to see, that one. 1947. The thing about here is loads of seagulls. I once went to a cemetery where a friend of mine is buried, and there was peacocks and there's one seagulls. So I'm just going over to that like cross there. Put your tent up here and camp, you know. There's one there, looking loving memory. So I don't know, it just looks a little bit maintained, doesn't it? It's quite amazing, that one there. And there one that's got nothing written on. I mean, I could put my name there, you know. Come on, nice and bury me in. Could write down in pen. Here lies John, dead and gone. So this is the British summer for you. Shit, isn't it, you know? Look at that sky. I think these fuckers follow me around, you know? These seagulls. A bit of a story. Why, but... Yeah, there was once a song that went, so still runs the river on its journey to the sea. Yeah, voices, you know, voices. I generally think people are talking in the distance, voices in the distance, not in my head. So that's always amazed me, the tree roots actually lifting the tarmac. Actually someone coming down here, maybe use it as a shortcut. I mean, it looks very overcast, but it's actually quite warm. You know, once you start walking around, and like me, I have a jacket on, so maybe that's the reason. It's warm. Alright. So there it is, a video of nothing. So what we need to do is burn the mask and get on with our lives. And if they don't listen to us in the House of the Parliament, we need to take them out and teach them a lesson. Like Mussolini, Ceausescu, these people, they hung them. And that's what we need to do with some politicians. We need to hang them. Hang them out to dry. Alright, so there it is, that's a church. And the thing about England and most countries, the Christian religion, it's actually dying. Nobody wants to go there because these motherfuckers, you know what they're like. So nobody goes there, there's no sense of community. And can't even go to the pub. So gradually people are starting to live on their own pods, you know. They're like that guy passed me, I said hello, he didn't speak to me. So, I mean, normally people would pass, you know, in a quiet area, they either try and rob you, or they say hi, but nothing. And he did have a bottle of Corona beer in his hand, so that's that. So there it is, my rant for today. So I think there's another cross here. We'll have a look at this cross. I think there's something to do with the war, you know. So the thing about wars, people go to war, and in my mind they usually die for nothing, because it ends up with a load of old men talking around the table. So, you know, I mean, what do we fight the fucking Germans for? To make them in charge of Europe? Tell you what you can do, you know. So you can always put a comment, you know. Don't talk shite, or John, you're making sense, you should have stood for Parliament. You'll probably have them like them all, lining their own pockets. So that's all these politicians do, line their own pockets. So look at that, there's another bottle of Corona. So where is it? Oh, there it is there. So we'll end there. And remember, burn your mask.